how big of a challenge for the pharmaceutical industry and economy is aging of populations?
I would say it's quite a very big challenge because our populations are getting older and older. Until the year 2050, we will have about 20% of the total population of this planet being a senior. People over 65 years. People over 80 will be more than 3 times as many than we have today. So that is meaning inherently a complete change in the balance of our world. Today we still have more young people than we have older people. In the future we will have much more older people, and that will change the structure of our societies. And that inherently means a different stretch on our healthcare systems, because people will want to live in a healthy way. We need to provide for these people the right kind of drugs, the right kind of healthcare systems, and we need to make sure that people are in a position to live a decent life. At the same time, we need to ensure that the young people who will have to finance all of that are healthy in order to be able to produce.
The new edition of Barometer has just been released. Could you point out the most important conclusions of this report?
I would perhaps ask more about what's the most surprising. At least for me, it was the most surprising to see that not only for elder people, health is the most important topic. It's also for the youngest. Yeah, and we see that it is by far the most important topic if we compare it to relation with spouse or husband or family. Health is ranging somewhere in the level of 50 to 60%, depending whether it's young or old, before spouse, husband of the range of 30%, and family 20%. So that for me is really most surprising. The other one that is then perhaps less surprising is the fact that young people are really looking forward to a good functioning healthcare system. They want to have regular health checkups, and they seemingly are interested specifically in eye and heart diseases.
The Global Silver Economy Forum meeting took place in July. What are the most important conclusions of the forum for the pharmaceutical companies?
This was the first summit of its kind organized by the Helsinki government, and it brought forward that it was the first time that government and industry were speaking about what is the future going to be. How is the world changing with a further increase in age? And the outcomes were not so surprising, perhaps, once you ask yourself this question. It is clear that the structure of our society is changing in a dramatic way, and we will have to build up new systems that will have to support the growing aged society. That means also the whole economy is going to change, because if you have so many old people, you will have to develop services, you'll have to develop healthcare technologies, healthcare systems, and ways of making sure that the elderly people can live a decent life.
Bayer is running a healthy aging campaign. What are the main goals of the campaign?
Our hashtag Metrika Nie Tika campaign is aimed to raise awareness amongst the whole population that we are getting older. And in order to live a decent and healthy life, the best thing to do is to go for prevention. And we want to drive this topic not only to the old people, but also to the young people. The less you drink, you smoke, the less risks you have later with your heart and your lungs. The more sports you do, the better you will be able to live in future. But it's also a campaign that is directed to elder people in order to see and exchange how can they do better and how can they live a more decent life.